Hello, LinkedIn family. My name is Melissa Toro, and I am the owner and founder of Toro Organics, also known as Toro Coffee Co., also known as that coffee company that pushes the boundaries when we're talking about the fourth industrial revolution, what it means to be proponents of Black Lives Matter, what it means to be proponents of talking about LGBTQ rights, equity for all, homelessness, addiction, mental health, and so forth. I'm also an addictions counselor, an ordained minister, someone who is a huge proponent of cannabis, ending prohibition, and other things that you can find right here on my LinkedIn. This is my very first video, and I wanted to talk about two things on this Friday. And number one is second chances, and number two is the potential death of professionalism. So let's start with second chances. It is absolutely imperative in this economy and in this day and age that we give people second chances. It is Maya Angelou who said, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. And I absolutely believe in that quote. I also believe in the fact that it's who a person is inherently. So for instance, maybe you find someone going through hard times, but you know that person is kind, warm, giving, generous. Again, kind of redundant there, but they're someone you know to be inherently a good person. You know their character, but they're going through hard times. We are a generation who has gone through 9/11, many recessions, again, the fourth industrial revolution. So we are not dealing with normal times nor normal situations. We had a pill epidemic flood the streets that had never happened, that was unprecedented, that had never happened before in history. We have people who have gotten themselves in situations and absolutely deserve a second chance. And if you look at someone like Dave's Killer Bread, who's built he's built an amazing bread company, he talks very much about second chance opportunities for people. And if we don't give those opportunities to people who show, okay, maybe when I was young, I was a petty thief. Maybe when I was young, I got 4 DUIs. I'm not saying that these things are right or this is the way we should do things. I'm saying that a lot of times people go through hard times and they evolve. That doesn't mean that their character isn't good or they are inherently good people. We all make mistakes, and 1 in 3 Americans has a background. So this is why we push for second chances. And this is why I have a nonprofit called the Reinvention Project. It's also the Toro Foundation, why I work very hard on these things. So I really want to emphasize, again, to please listen to Gary Vee, listen to Mel Robbins, who both talk about looking at a person face to face, talking through them via video, and finding out who a person is today, looking at the past 7 years of their life and seeing if they've changed for the better. And I'm not talking about character-wise, because again, your character is someone who you inherently are. And there are lots of good people who do lots of inappropriate or bad things, but everybody deserves a second chance. As long as you're here to live another day and to breathe another breath, you're here for a second chance. Or again, to sip another sip of coffee, you're here to fuel another day. Okay, number 2 is the death of professionalism. And I don't want to get into politics on LinkedIn because I think that's absolutely inappropriate. I will say this though, when it comes to professionalism, a lot of us are making promises that we can't keep, and that should not happen. What we need to do is communicate along the way. So for instance, let's say you want to hire someone for $65K and you put an ad out on Indeed or somewhere, and that person answers the call and they make it through a second interview, and then you pretty much let them know, and let's say they went through a recruiter and you let the recruiter know, okay, that person actually is who we're leaning towards. And then you look at your books and then you realize in your books that you don't have the budget for that. That's not professional. You should not even have put out the ad. So if you were just hiring for part-time work, you should not put out that ad. This is essential to our economy's growth, not only second chances, but keeping professionalism alive. And the reason why I mentioned politics is because we right now are lacking leadership. No matter where you fall in the political spectrum, it is clear we are lacking leadership in the White House. So it is important that us in this generation, we exude leadership by communicating along the way why it is we may not be able to get back to you, regarding a message, why it is we may not be able to meet that contract deadline, why it is we may have ghosted someone when we shouldn't have regarding entanglements, business entanglements, or business ventures that you have promised or that you have shaken hands with someone in regards to, it is imperative that we keep professionalism alive, and we understand we just can't fire someone and get rid of them, or maybe we can, but that is not the right way forward. If you want to let go of someone, that's something else. But I'm talking about how, lots of things have become almost reality show-esque, and that is not real life. In order to keep our foundation steady during the fourth industrial revolution, during all these changes, we must have second chances. We must give everyone second, third, fourth chances. Understand who people are by how they present themselves, how they speak, how they do business. Understand that a person who's been caught shoplifting is probably great working with the elderly. You can find those qualities in someone and understand where not to put them and where to put them. It is so imperative to a thriving economy. And also, again, professionalism, keeping up with your networks and being honest with people instead of wasting people's time. So that is those are my Friday quick tips for today. I know this was about 6 minutes long. I thank you guys so much. I'm going to get into this more, but let's keep trekking through the fourth industrial revolution. Let's keep giving each other chances. Let's keep working with one another to make a better way tomorrow, to pave a better future for the generation behind us, because we are one of the strongest generations to have ever walked this planet. Ciao.